Hi friend! I'm sure you know a few facts about Mount Fuji, but do you know that you don't need to be a professional or a trained mountain climber to be able to conquer it? Yes, you heard me right. Any physically healthy person, even children, can do it. To prove that, I just want to invite you to join me in my climb to the summit of Mount Fuji through this video. And if you plan to do the same on your next adventure, this video will be your guide to a 4-day trip to Tokyo and Mount Fuji. First things first, before planning this adventure, we have to check online to make sure when Mount Fuji is open for tourists and to know the updated health and safety requirements for entering Japan and climbing Mount Fuji. Climbing season is usually during summer in Japan, that's from July to mid-September. While researching accommodations, consider booking a hut at Station 7 that's halfway from Station 5 to the summit. It's not necessary, but since we would want somewhere to take a rest and grab a meal or two to regain energy, we have to book this in advance. Related online links are in the video description below. Next, we have to prepare the basic climbing equipment. Of course, we need good climbing or hiking shoes. We need a very good pair as the trail is composed of loose volcanic rocks. Poles are not required, but they can help a lot. Since we should be climbing through the night, a headlamp is very important. We would need a backpack, but for your own good, bring a small, light one. Of course, water and energy bars are essential. It's rather cold up there, so we need to wear clothes that would keep us warm. After accommodations and flights are booked and equipments are ready, it's time to fly to Tokyo for our 4-day adventure. Day 1 starts with an early tour around Tokyo to explore this wonderful and culturally rich city. While going around the city, we can already check out the station of the train or bus that would take us to the foot of Mount Fuji. At the same time, since we should be climbing light, we have to leave most of our luggage in lockers which can be found all over the city, mostly around metro stations. Since our main objective in this adventure is to catch the sunrise at the top of Mount Fuji, we have to arrive at the summit before 4 a.m. of day 3. So on day 2, we have the morning to go around and see other key districts in Tokyo, and we could leave for Mount Fuji after lunch, as travel time by bus from the Shinjuku station in Tokyo to Mount Fuji Station 5 takes just 2.5 hours. There are 4 climbing trails and we choose the most popular one, the Yoshida Trail, that starts at Station 5. Here we can get some more information and guides. There are also restaurants and accommodations here. From here to the hut in Station 7, the climb takes an average of 2 hours as the trail is not so difficult. So we start trekking here in the afternoon. Upon arrival at the hut, we can get some nap on our booked bunk beds before we get served our first meal. After the meal, we have to be able to sleep even a little to prepare our bodies for the difficult climb late in the night. Since we have to be at the summit to catch the sunrise, we should start the next climb before 11 p.m. So before the grand departure, we would be served another meal. Then it's time for the most difficult part of this adventure. During climbing season here, we get to climb with other groups and individuals, so we should not be afraid that we might be alone climbing through the night. It's not too bad in the beginning, but then it would gradually get harder and harder as our bodies get weaker and weaker. We would think we'd never make it. With our breath getting shorter, we just have to pause more often. We just keep on going until we finally get to the top over the clouds with a view of the sunrise that's just amazing. We know how quick the sunrise is, so we should cherish every second of it while we're up here, as this is such a glorious moment in our lives. Up here, we can stay for a little while before starting to descend. The way down is also never easy, as we would walk on loose gravel. At the same time, our bodies are too tired and weak. This would take another 3 to 4 hours depending on our speed, and we are not going back the same way we climbed. Once we arrive back at Station 5, we can have our meal here, or we can also get a ride to take us to the city center or directly to our booked accommodation. If we still have the energy, we could take a tour and enjoy the view around the foot of Mount Fuji, as there are a lot to see here, like beautiful lakes, so it's advisable to stay overnight in this area and experience traditional Japanese accommodation. On day 4, we go back to Tokyo and then head back home. That's it for now, friend. I hope this video inspired you to dream of going to the summit of this magnificent gem in Japan. Please comment below your questions and also feel free to share this video to your friends with whom you might want to plan your trip to the top of Mount Fuji. I just wanna thank you for virtually joining me in this climb. Ciao!